Mr. Reynolds has apparently changed his name to Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, that's right. Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name.
That wasn't Hitler, that was a woman.
Really?
All my friends are dead and they don't like me anymore. They've moved along, they've changed, and now they find me quite a bore. Way back then it was okay to be a little weird, but all my friends are dead. Ladies and gentlemen of Piltover and creatures of Zon, I'm internet personality Malcontent, and this is another episode of 10minutedailyvideos.net, your place for 10minutedailyvideos.net. And this episode is about shipping. Well, we all love a good ship. Arcane Season 2 came out over the weekend. Incredible show. The first season is really one of the best pieces of artwork ever. One of the greatest video game adaptations of all time. Mostly because it could do anything it wanted to, really. Just really gorgeous, really clever, well written, well acted, great diversity in cast. Amazing character and creature designs, incredible set designs, great usage of 2D-like effects for smokes and bomb explosions. All of these things you should just, if you haven't seen Arcane, just go watch, because this is all going to be spoilers.
Let him think you work here.
For the longest time in League of Legends, a game that doesn't look like it's a game that doesn't give you a lot of narrative options. Essentially, you're picking characters like it's a fighting game, but you don't get a fun story mode to play them through, generally. One of the things from the actual game that got into the show is the relationship between Vi and Jinx being sisters. That was something that I think they were hinting at in the game, but they never actually, said it outright. The other thing that was hinted in the game, or was picked up by fans, I'm not quite sure. To me, because they established pretty early on that Vi and Caitlyn are cops and they're partners, that really just started putting people to ship them together almost immediately before the show. The other thing we have to talk about is tops and bottoms. So if you're not aware, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, often in gay relationships, but not always, there is a couple of roles that two might fall into. If it bothers you to simplify a relationship to who wears the strap-on and who doesn't, if you have an issue with that, we're just trying to have some fun here. This is like a lighthearted conversation. We're not trying to say that real people have to fit these dichotomies. But since we're talking about fictional characters in a fictional world, and because everything fictional uses tropes and past understanding of things, we're just going to discuss which of these two characters is the top and bottom of this relationship, Vi or Caitlyn.
You're hot, Cupcake. So what'll it be?
I think people's knee-jerk reaction is to say that Vi is the top.
So what'll it be, man or woman?
Partly to do with the video game. She does wear giant gauntlets, which, the fisting joke is just right there. But she's also scrappy. She has kind of a I'll punch through that attitude. She has a hard exterior, one might say. A street smart, sort of no nonsense, top material, one might say. Then you have Caitlyn. Caitlyn appears to be very feminine. She wears a little skirt. She has she's always in, little outfits, long hair. Very more traditionally beautiful, without flaming red hair, tattoos. You'd think maybe she's the bottom, that Vi shows up with her masculine energy, takes over the entire relationship, and admittedly, that is how it seems from season 1 a little bit. But season 2 has definitely clinched it that Caitlyn's the top. That's in Violin. Lynn is the top. Now, I don't have a ton of evidence on this, except that there's a lot of attitude changes from season 1 to season 2. Caitlyn is obviously going through an arc this season where she's dealing with and also being manipulated by other characters to... So right now, there's probably going to be a middle arc where Vi and Caitlyn are separated. That's to be expected. I don't think they're going to unship them or anything crazy. My evidence that Vi's the bottom is really just in this kiss here. Caitlyn initiates. Caitlyn is soothing Vi's worries. Vi is the one really worried. I think emotionally, at their cores, I think Caitlyn, much more self-assured, much more self-secured is doing a lot of what I'm trying to say. Caitlyn mostly controls Vi, even in season 1. Caitlyn's really in charge of what Vi does one way or the other because of her criminal status. And I think even 2 years ago, the Reddit agreed with me. I was checking around to see if this theory was around anywhere else. This video was inspired by a conversation I had on Discord where we were in a server, admittedly, about politics and religion. But you know, you can't talk about that shit all the time. One of the members brought up this question: who's the top and who's the bottom? And they were having a conversation with another person, and they were saying Vi was the top. I think ultimately I can believe either of them filling the top role, and maybe even Vi becomes the top by the end of the series. I don't know. Am I saying that there's inherently anything good or bad about being a top or a bottom? Not really. I think if you're a bottom, certainly Vi could be a power bottom, which would fit both of her needs, right? Like, to have some control and to be provider. Vi being providing for other people and helping other people seems to be one of her main motivations in the show. I mean, you're just coding a bottom character with all those kind of traits, right? Like, mostly I wanted an excuse to talk about Arcane, and this is a perfect excuse to talk about Arcane. If you haven't seen it, I haven't really spoiled anything that important. You should really go watch it. It's one of the greatest animated achievements of all time. Thanks for watching this show, one of the greatest YouTube achievements of all time. And if you disagree with that, please leave a comment, because it helps no matter what you say. You can call me a stinky cheese man for all it matters. For the record, when I did play, I was a support main, played a lot of Thresh, played a lot of Janna, which was a cool little nod to Janna in season 2. I really hope she's in it. That'd be cool. Yeah, I used to like League. It's just really hard to play team sports games when you don't have a team. Tell you you're the greatest, but once you turn the haters. Oh, the misery! Everybody wants to be my